Vipassana, hearing it as often as possible also has an effect?
Oh yeah. In fact, it's stated in the Palashruti section at the end. Ya idang shrunuyan nitya yaschapi parikirtayet na shubhang prapnuyat kinchit so mutreha chamanavaha. Anyone who hears and chants these 1,000 holy names of Lord Vishnu will not suffer in an inauspicious condition of life, either in this life or the next. So either by hearing or chanting. Of course, chanting is better, because then you involve your mind and your attention and your breath and everything. More senses that you engage in devotional service, then the more powerful that process is. Why? Because it generates more impressions. Actually, tonight I was thinking of talking more about what we were talking about yesterday at Sunday Satsang. The condition of the soul and consciousness in the material world, the disease of material consciousness, and how devotional service heals that disease, heals that sickness of material consciousness. Did you want to hear about that? Did you have some questions about that, maybe? Or some... It's like you'd like it to be clearer?
Yes.
Okay. This is a very difficult subject matter. It's a very, very difficult subject matter. Because it's just like if you had a disease and then you had to diagnose your own disease and cure yourself without a doctor. See? Because nobody can exactly treat another person's consciousness. Because of what we talked about before, the consciousness is individual. Consciousness is individual. Each individual has a separate consciousness. So there's nothing that I can do directly to another person's consciousness. I can only do something to my own consciousness. Follow? Okay. Prabhupada one time made the example of an airplane. There may be many airplanes flying in the sky, and they're all under the control of the air traffic controller. But if something goes wrong with one airplane, the other airplanes can't help it. They have to solve their problem on their own. That's a very good example. Very good example. So the spiritual master is giving instructions. He's like air traffic control. Okay, go this way, go that way, go up, go down, all like that. But if the airplane gets in trouble, it's only the pilot of that airplane can save it, if he has enough knowledge. So similarly, our consciousness is all individual. So if anything is wrong in our consciousness, we're the only one who can do anything about it, really. We can help by giving instructions and encouragement, like that. But actually, each one of us has to be responsible for the condition of his own consciousness. You see, when we say that you have to be responsible for your condition in life, it's not because we're big meanies and we're nasty and we're trying to blame you. It's all your fault. It's because that's really the way it is. I can't reach into your head and turn some control and change your consciousness. I'm sorry, I can't. It's just impossible. So you have to learn this art. This is why yoga is so difficult. This is why most people fail at yoga. This is why most people who attempt the yoga process fall down. Because they do not understand that they themselves have to make the changes in their consciousness. That nobody else outside can do it for you. Maybe we can provide a helpful environment. Maybe we can provide all kinds of knowledge and instructions and counseling and like that. But we cannot actually do anything to another person's consciousness. Only we can work on our own consciousness. Is that clear? That's one of the implications of Krishna's statement in Bhagavad-gītā that never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. That's one of the implications. That the soul is individual, and each individual is eternal. You see? But the price of that individuality is that nobody can directly influence your consciousness. And that's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because no rascal can come and upset your consciousness. But it's a bad thing because unless you have this knowledge, transcendental knowledge, you won't know that this is a fact. How many times have we heard people blame others because you made me feel bad? Wah. You did this to me, you did that to me, you made me cry, you made me feel bad. How many times have we heard that? How many times have we said that? But it's not a fact. It's not a fact. We feel bad because we are attached to something outside of ourselves. We're attached and we are projecting our identity onto that thing. And when something happens to that thing, we think that it happens to us. And because we think so, we feel the effect. Because we're convinced. And of course, the biggest attachment is this body. We think, I am this body. This body is me. And whatever happens to this body, happens to myself. But this is not correct. And the proof is that when we came into this body, we were born into a specific situation. Some people are born in a rich family, some people are born in a poor family. Some people are born with all kinds of talents and intelligence, and other people are stupid and ignorant. Some people have good health, some people have bad health, on and on and on and on. Why is a particular person born in that particular circumstance? Because of the karma coming from their past life. Because of the karma. If we didn't have karma coming from a past life, then we would all be born into the same situation. Everybody would get exactly the same standard type kind of birth. But this is not the case. And so we can understand that because the soul existed before this body and performed certain activities in a previous life, that when we come into this life, we have a particular karma, a particular set of conditions, a particular set of circumstances. And this is what astrology is all about. People wonder, what is this? Why? How come you can put this little map with these little symbols on it and then tell so many things about a person's life? Because the position of the planets in the sky at the time of a person's birth tells you something about the karma that person has brought with them from the previous life. Not that the planets control the karma. No, the planets don't control the karma. But the planets indicate the karma. They indicate the karma by showing the time. What time it is. You see, we keep coming back to this theme of time. See? The time that a person is born, the place that a person is born, the conditions that they're born under, and the positions and phases of the planets and the moon all influence or reveal, actually, the karmic condition of that soul. The universe is an organic machine. The universe is alive. The universe is the body of the Supreme Lord. The universal form of the Lord is revealed in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to be extending from the lowest planets up to the highest planets. The lotus feet of the Lord are down in the Patala Loka, the lowest planets. And the head of the Lord is up at the top of Brahma Loka. And all the other planets appear in various levels at different points on the body of the Supreme Lord. So, when these planets are in a certain configuration, that means that the Lord is in a particular pose or a particular angle, and this means something. It's very, very significant.